Hey guys, so May is finally over. It's actually, while I'm recording this, it's actually in the middle of June, or getting close to the middle of June, but I'm finally getting around to doing my May wrap up. Yes, I know I've taken a long time to get to this point, but I've been super busy this month, so yeah.
I know, there's no excuse.
In the month of May, I read a bunch of books. One of them was The Infinite Noise, which I'll show here. This book was the one that was written by Lauren Shippen, and it was kind of about kids that were similar to X-Men, but they were going through therapy. I ended up giving this one a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Don't get me wrong, it was good. I liked it. But I found that it flips back and forth between perspectives on chapters, and I found that one of the characters, their chapters were a little too intense for me, and every time they were talking, it was just like, it was hard to keep myself in with the plot because that character was just kind of over the top. It could also be part of, I don't know how to say this, I don't want to give away anything, but it could be part of how his character was trying to be developed by the author, and I can see how they tried to do that, but I just found that it was a little overpowering at points, and it kind of just like pulled me out of the story. So I gave that one a 3.5, but it's still a good book, and I really like the cover of the book, which kind of drew me in. So yeah, I also did this as a buddy read with Josh from highliterature.com, so I'll leave him in the description. I also did a buddy read with Amanda Reads, and we read Norse Mythology. This book was awesome. I'm pretty sure I gave this one 5 out of 5 stars. I loved this book. This was the first book I read by Neil Gaiman, and it was phenomenal. It was just like reading fairy tales or like bedtime stories, and it's all about the Norse gods with like Thor and Loki and a whole bunch of other ones. Those are the two main ones, but yeah, it was awesome. I really enjoyed it. Loki was definitely my favorite because he's mischievous, and I kind of knew going into this that Loki was going to be my favorite, and he did not disappoint, I will say that. I would honestly strongly recommend this book to anybody. It was great. And one of the best parts is that Neil Gaiman, he drew inspiration from the comic books. So a lot of these tales are his own take on the mythology, but it's also comic inspired, and I'm like an inner comic nerd like through and through, so I really enjoyed this book.
Also, I got some new specs, so I'm pretty pumped about these.
Another book I read this month was Solving Cadence Moore by Gregory Sterner, and I got this from a publisher, and I read and reviewed it, and I'm pretty sure I gave this one 4 out of 5. Or maybe 5 out of 5. I have to check. No, I was right. I gave it a 4 out of 5. This book was the one that was kind of told radio style, so you're following along with the radio show host as they are trying to solve the mystery of this woman's disappearance. I really liked how this was told. It was kind of like documentary style, and I was kind of skeptical about it going into the book, but then as it went through, I was just like pulled right in, and I felt like one of the listeners on this radio show, just wanting to know what happened next. And it was really cool. I hadn't experienced that in kind of like a documentary style book before. So, well, I haven't really read a documentary style book to begin with, so it was a new experience for me, and I actually quite enjoyed it. And also, like, this book cover is beautiful, so I'm down with that as well. I also read From Foster Care to Millionaire by Cody McLean, and I'll show that one here. This one I also gave a 4 out of 5 stars. It was a nonfiction book. I found it very interesting, and it was about his life and how he kind of had nothing and turned it into something, which I'm always a fan of those stories because I like to see people that, well, I don't like to see them like down in the dumps or anything, but I like to see their progression from having a rough time and having life throw everything at you and give you like turn after turn of bad events. And I like to see them take that and turn it into something great. And Cody McLean, he really had an interesting life story. I would recommend this one also because I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I would recommend this to anybody that wants a solid nonfiction book to read. It's more kind of like tech related, so if you like techie stuff or anything like that, then I think you'd enjoy it. The only thing I didn't really like about it is like the title says From Foster Care to Millionaire, and there wasn't a large part of the book that was very much foster care. Like there was, but they didn't really delve into it too much. So that would that's kind of the reason why I dropped it a star, because I found the title was a little misleading. But overall, like it's a good book to pick up and check out. And then the last book that I read in the month of May was Fitz Crusade. This one was awesome. I gave this one a 4 out of 5 stars as well. I am actually hosting a book tour for this book right now. So if anybody wants to join in on this, send me a message and I will get you up on the book tour. I already have 5 different YouTubers signed up to do video reviews of it, but I have blog positions that are open, and I would take more YouTubers on if they wanted to. It's going to be running for a week long in July. So if you want to join this book tour, let me know. And I'm sure the author would love that too, because he would love to see more people reading his book and talking about it. So yeah. But overall, this was a book about an anti-hero. So it was about the supervillain, which I've never read a book before where the story was actually about the villain. And I loved it. It was great. He was kind of one of those like good at heart villains that they say they're a supervillain, but really they mean well, and they only kind of became a supervillain because of, I guess, life throwing hard hits at you. I'm surprised Cody's not a supervillain. But yeah, it was like about his story and how he interacted with heroes as a supervillain, and how he interacted with people as his alter ego, which was his regular life person. And it was really cool. Like I really enjoyed it. And this one is also very techie related, so it has lots of stuff to do with technology. And this is only the first book in a series. I think it's a trilogy. So if you like this one, there's 2 more right after it. I'm pretty sure the author is going to send me the other 2, so I'm pretty excited because I really want to continue this story. And that's all the books that I read in May. It's already halfway through June, so you guys are going to see my June wrap up in like half a month anyways. But once again, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you guys. Oh, side note, Marcus and I bought matching bookshelves on the weekend and assembled them all in the blazing heat. Yes, it was rough. But I just wanted to let you guys know that because we're going to be merging our books on these bookshelves. So I will be having a video for a bookshelf tour coming up sometime in the future. Probably won't be till August because that's when I'm moving in over there. But yeah, stay tuned. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and throw some comments down there. Tell me what you're reading. I always like talking to you guys about books that you're reading. Let me know if you want to be in the book tour, because that'd be great. And until next time, see you later.